JCB Abraham, the teacher for excellence. Dr. JCBA, he was born in October 1927, and also he left us in October 2002. In fact, in the next 2 years, we are going to celebrate Dr. JCBA's centenary year, 2027. And you will have a fairly big gala meeting on that day here in this department. Professor Bhaskar Abraham, that is JC Bhaskar Abraham, he did his bachelor's program in the American College, and then for master's he went to Madras Christian College. At that time, American College did not have master's program in zoology. After finishing his master's in Madras Christian College, he joined American College in the early 1950s. In the next 10 to 12 years, he became the head of undergraduate zoology. And then in another 10 years or 12 years, he became the head of the postgraduate department, in addition to becoming the vice principal of the college. As a student, he was very outstanding here, both in American College and Madras Christian College. And as a faculty member in the American College, he was excellent in his teaching, and he inspired large number of students, including myself. And his lectures were wonderful, particularly on genetics and evolution. And I remember in the second BSc, he taught us evolution of the vertebrates, mainly written by Dr. Colbert. That was very fascinating lectures. And then in 1986, he retired from the American College as the postgraduate head. But the department, we were there at that time. In fact, I took charge from him, and we invited him after his retirement for nearly 14 years as a visiting professor to the postgraduate department of zoology. And every week he will come and give 2 hours or 3 hours of lecture to the MSc students. So in fact, the next generation students are also kind of had the opportunity of listening to Professor Bhaskar Abraham.
And I shall try to compress them within the short period allotted to me. Alexander Pope, in his essay on man, said, "The proper study of mankind is man." This gives man a privileged position which biology does not support. Professor Abraham was an inspiring teacher, a teacher par excellence. And I will put it this way in short, whatever I have achieved modestly or contributed to science in a very modest terms was due to his inspiring lectures during my second year BSc. And he returned from United States and started teaching chordate evolution, and that was simply fascinating, and I didn't have that kind of experience earlier or later. And of course his style is no notes or no books, just a couple of chalk pieces, and then he will enter into the classroom in his own style and then start giving the lecture. I have seen in this college, in this department, people coming to the class not only with the notes, but also huge books and then turning the pages and then teaching with the assistance of the information present in the books. His was a completely different style and very impressive, very inspiring. Professor JCBA was a voracious reader, and he has an excellent personal library. And when his personal library is filled with a lot of books, and when there was no more space to add more new books, he used to clear off a clearance sale of books, and then he used to give, and he will sell only to the faculty members, his own colleagues, up to 75 to 80% discount. And then I was one of the main purchaser of those books, and I have those books with me now in my personal library. Interesting was that I thought it's all about genetics and evolution he will be selling. But to my surprise, I found in entomology, biochemistry, physiology, all kinds of subjects in zoology. And so that was a very, and also he insisted his colleagues to buy books, keeping 10% of the income for buying new books and so on. We have been following, many of us have been following his advice, and we have a good library. But at this point, I slightly thought that I should digress a little bit and then tell about one concept which I think the youngsters here in the faculty as well as in the students should know this. Now, many people think that when somebody talks about evolution, he should be an atheist, and he doesn't believe in God, and so on. And so that controversy, which started during the 19th century, it is extending till now. But I want to clear off that thing. The evolution, people who believe in evolution, people who believe in creation, these are not the only groups. There is a middle group called the theistic evolution group, or these people are called as evolutionary creationism people. The point is that this middle group, it believes that God acts and creates through the laws of nature. In other words, for these people, God is primary and natural causes are secondary. And in fact, there are many stalwarts in biology. They belong to this theistic evolution group. For example, Dobzhansky was a very serious Christian and believer when he moved from Ukraine to United States. And I think till his death he was a theistic evolution person. In recent times, I can tell about Professor Francis Collins, who was the director of NIH for a number of years, and also he was the director of Human Genome Project till recently. And there are many others also who believe in theistic evolution. That is, they believe in God, and also they believe in the natural process of evolution, which is being directed by God. See, for example, to quote Professor Francis Collins, he says, evolution is real, but it was set in motion by God. He also said, evolution occurred as biologists described, but under the direction of God. We do not know to which group Professor JCBA belonged, but I can only tell Professor JCBA attended the chapel service every Sunday at the American College Chapel regularly, and On his demise, he had an excellent typical Christian funeral and burial.